Okay, here's the beast. It's a 1949 Allis Chalmers Model D motor grader. I believe it's 45 horsepower, little 4-cylinder gasoline engine. The Model DD was the diesel version, but this is the gas version. It is one of the more basic models. It doesn't have some of the auxiliary hydraulics like tilt front wheels or the angle motor for the blade. The scarifier was taken off by the prior owner. You can see the mounts down there in front of the rear wheels. There's the 10-foot mold blade, and up front you can see the power steering unit, and it's got 4 new tires. Everything on the left side and the right side front as well. The 2 in the back here on the right side are half or more gone. They got some miles left in them, but not a whole lot. So there it is. You can see the scarifier cylinder there is missing its piston, as well as the entire scarifier assembly, which set behind the front blade with the rakes on it. That was gone before I got a hold of it. I bought it unused from a Northern California town, and I started at the front and worked all my way to the back. You can see it's got a new muffler on it. Still not as quiet as I would like. I rebuilt the engine governor right here. It was missing some internal pieces and everything. I don't even know how they used it without the engine governor. Rebuilt the magneto. That's in very good shape. I rerouted the oil system so that you can use just a standard oil filter. You don't have to try to find or buy a restrictive style oil filter. And now all of the oil that goes to the top of the engine goes through the oil filter. So it's still a bypass system, but much, much better than it was. And you don't have to worry about restrictive valves and all that to maintain your oil pressure. This engine runs really well, has a lot of compression, and doesn't have a problem with oil pressure. Down here you have your transmission brake. It's in very good shape. Holds it in pretty good on a pretty good hill. Not sure I'd really trust it for highway use. You know, if you have to slam on your brakes, you're going to roll a few feet before you stop. This thing is 18.5 feet long and weighs 8,600 pounds. So it'll fit on a 20-foot flatbed tow truck or car hauler. It's going to take a big trailer, you know, maybe a gooseneck or something. It's too big for a normal car trailer. I also sent off the power steering unit here, and the main hydraulic controller right here. Those got sent off to a place in West Sacramento, or I'm sorry, down in Los Angeles, and those were professionally rebuilt and returned. And the starter in there, that was taken out. That was sent to a place in West Sacramento, and that was the first thing that I ever had repaired on this guy to get it running. Like I said, I bought it non-running, and it's been maintaining our mile-long private road up here at our new home for about the last decade. It's been not a big workhorse. About every other month it goes out there and rebuilds our road and does a very good job of that. But we are getting older. We have a new little Kubota now. We never had a tractor before. There's really no competition between a motor grader and a tractor to build and maintain a road, obviously, but now that the road is in great shape, the tractor can keep it that way. And this guy's going to get a new home to one of you. Let's start it up, and we'll take it for a drive. Here we are in the cab now. You can see the gauges, they all work. I got water temperature, ammeter, and oil pressure. Since I've had it, the motor grader's always had its own home under one of our carports. So everything in here has been rebuilt. All the wiring's been replaced except for the lights. I never replaced the lighting because we simply don't need it. But everything else has been completely rewired. So I'm going to start it up and we'll take it for a drive. Oh, being a little temperamental. So, raise the engine RPM up a bit. Get the blade up. Okay. No synchros. First gear. Off we go. Okay, when I started this job, I didn't have enough blade angle, so we're going to give it a little more blade angle. You pull on the release, you just kick the blade. We're going to get it to lock again. Go. Let's try it again. Second gear. There we go. Lower the blade. A little more power. Let's try this again. We're going to be doing this some more. I'm dumping too much over the edge. Okay. Here we are working. We're going uphill. Got the blade in, pulling everything toward the middle of the road here. We've got some big rocks we have to dodge. Basically taking the washboard and rocks out of the road, getting the rock back in the middle. And pulling the load. I'm going to redo the side of the road here. Get more rock up in the middle. We got a lot more angle on the blade this time. And we're going to pick up some of that rock that we missed. Again, second gear is going to be just fine. We're going downhill a little bit. A little more power and off we go. The blade down. You can see we're doing a little more work, bringing that rock where it needs to be. This also puts a nice crown on the road. The water just drains off. You don't damage it when the rains hit. We're gonna flat blade it, move the rock off the crown and into where the wheel ruts are. Let's move the blade back to the flat position. Up a little bit. Come on, lock. Okay. Somewhere it's going to lock in there. There we go. And now we're just going to knock the rock off the middle and flatten it out a little. Lower the blade evenly. There we go. Okay, let's roll. We're going to do this all the way up the road. Try to keep it even. I'm going to be busy working this blade, so that's what a finished road looks like. Okay, time to put this thing away. We're going to park it, pull the release, kick the blade back. Yeah, it's a little dirty now. It's a little harder than it used to be. Kick it all the way back. There we go. A little bit more. There we go. Now we can park it. to lubricate the throwout bearing a little bit. Hasn't been greased in a while. Lower the blade on the blocks. Okay, there we go. And the wheel chocks. And I never turn off the engine. I always run it out of gas. Make sure that there's no gum buildup in the carburetor. And you can see it's happy. There you go. It's about ready to run out. There you go. We just did a little bit of work with this old guy, maintaining our road, and it's all parked. It's all back in its home. See you later. Thought you might like to see the finished product. Just heading on my way home here. Our home's at the end of the roadway down there, and this is what you look like after you pull the rock back from the edges, put it back in the middle, and get rid of any washboard or chuck holes, potholes. Basically, anybody that drives over 2.5 miles an hour on a dirt road creates ruts and washboarding, but you can't keep anybody from driving, 2.5 miles an hour or slower. So the thing is you just maintain it. And the rock on this road is about, 3 years old. And this is only like the second layer from way back in 2000. So, a grader makes it kind of simple. There's really no competition. A tractor really can't do this, especially when it comes to putting a crown on the road, keep the water from damaging it. So, you might think about it. This is a good old workhorse. Thank you.